Good evening, sports fans. Good evening, teammates. We're here at Sports IQ with Coach Norman Black, the coach of the Meralco Bolts. Coach, funny thing happened on the way to the finals. If someone had told you that both, not just your side, both the sides of the semifinals would turn out this way, where the underdogs would be battling for the title, what would you have told them?
I think nobody really expected it, especially from our end.
Yeah.
We went up against the Talking Tex team,
Top seed.
and we know they're a very powerful and very potent team, and we just clicked at the right time. I mean, we just happened to play our best basketball against them at the right time the last 3 games, and we came out on the positive end. On the other side, maybe nobody expected Ginebra to be there, but most of the Ginebra fans wanted them to be there. So, Ginebra has also played very good basketball. They're well coached under Coach Tim, and they deserve to be in the championship.
You've already completed history. You've sent Meralco to the finals for the first time in franchise history, and you're on the verge of your own personal history to be the first coach to lead 4 different teams to the championship. Is this all overwhelming you, and how are you keeping your emotions at bay with this?
Well, I'm always in the moment. I've said that before. A lot of people say, yeah, right, but I really am. I mean, I plan on coaching until I'm 65, and I'm not close to 65 yet, so I'm just worried about my team, just focused on my team. I think whenever you're managing players, and that's what coaches basically do, we manage, and they're coming to work every day, and they're working hard every day, and you're asking them to execute things for you. You're trying to get them to buy into a certain system, and you need them to go out and execute it. Whenever you see that on a daily basis, then your whole focus becomes on them. Wanting to see them do well, wanting to see them improve, wanting to see them be successful. So that's really my focus right now. It's nice the things you just said about making it for the 4th different team and winning another championship and all that, but at the same time, I just want my players to do well. I want them to be recognized for it, and if it ends up in the result of a championship, that's even better.
You're going up, obviously, against a team that's going to bring the whole crowd down, and then Cliff Hodge threw the gauntlet when he said he wanted to play Ginebra and its crowd. How are you going to prepare your team for such a scenario where, basically the whole Coliseum is rooting against you?
I'm not sure if that was politically correct what Cliff said, but this is his first time in the championship, so I forgive him for that, but be careful what you ask for. Look, I've played against Ginebra for a long time. I've coached against them for a long time. I go back to my playing days when some of my best games were against the Ginebra team, and I enjoy playing against the crowd. I really do. The way I look at it, they paid their money to come see me play, so I like to go out and perform well, and hopefully they'll respect me for that, and I hope my players do the same in this series. I think it's going to be an interesting series because they're a well-coached team. We like to think we're also a well-coached team. They're very talented. Because they're missing one key player, it gives it a little bit more balance. They're missing Greg Slaughter, so we don't really have that height disadvantage we would have had if he was around. So we can match up a little bit better inside the paint. But at the same time, it's going to be a good series. We know they bring a lot of fans, but everybody's used to that already. I've been used to that for 32 years already, listening to Ginebra.
Speaking of Slaughter, you lose 1 headache, but you gain 14 more basically, because now you don't know really who to...
Oh, you know who to think about. I mean, you got to think about L.A. Tenorio. You got to think about Japhet Aguilar. You got to think about Scotty Thompson. You got to think about Joe DeVance. You got to think about Saul Mercado. You know who the players who are going to be out there performing well for them, because they've been doing it the entire conference. And the good thing about Ginebra right now, or the bad thing for us, is the fact that they're shooting the ball very well from the outside. Normally that's not really their strength. It has not been their strength in the past. But this conference under Coach Tim, they've been able to shoot the ball with confidence. And even Scotty Thompson's making his threes. So Mercado's making his threes. L.A. Tenorio shooting off the charts right now from the three-point line. So you don't have just a headache of trying to defend them inside the paint, but you also have to guard Brownlee, you have to guard their perimeter shooters, so to make sure tasks a lot more difficult.
Last question, Coach. Basketball purists will look at this, and they're really salivating at the chance to watch you and Tim Cone, the sideline battles. What do you think about that matchup?
I have a lot of respect for Tim. He's the winningest coach in the history of the league. He's proven himself over and over again. This is his 30th, counting, it, 30th championship series, which is just amazing. He's proven that he's done a good job and he can do a good job. My focus is just on my team, preparing my team to the best of my ability to be able to go out and win games and win the series.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck for the finals.
Hi, we're with the legendary head coach, Tim Cohn of Barangay Ginebra. Coach, welcome to Sports IQ. We're gonna air this live later on the show. First, I really want to ask you, this is basically a battle of underdogs, the finals. Meralco defeating the #1 team and then you defeating the defending champions. If somebody told you that before the series started that the finals would look like this, what would have been your reaction?
Well, before, I mean, I would have been thanking my lucky stars. No doubt, both teams really deserve to be there. I mean, they played big in key moments, but I think the biggest battle we have is that feeling when an underdog wins, you feel like you've accomplished something, and sometimes you suffer a letdown after you feel like you've accomplished something, and so that success you had can be your detriment going into the series, and I think that's something that both of us will have to battle, and Bob, maybe the team that battles it the best will have a chance of winning this thing, but we've got to be very careful we don't go out and play game one in a sense that we got to be, you got to throw everything into it because game one is really crucial.
So what have been you doing during practices, or what have you been telling your players to really stop that mentality na, hey, we've accomplished enough?
Well, we talk a lot, we go through meetings, we do a lot of video work, we do a lot of scouting reports, and we just sit around and talk a lot before practice, and we do that, and so those subjects come up, and we talk about different ways of dealing with it mentally, trying to be mindful, and trying to play to the moment rather than, we have an expression that I've used for years. It's called "yesterday ended last night," and we got to, put what we've done and put it past and move forward. And that's always been one of our themes, is moving forward. So it's really that, and practice-wise, well, we try to get out what we call the noise. The noise of people patting you on the back. Oh, you're so good, and reading the newspapers and doing the interviews, and that's all noise to us. And we've got to, quiet the noise and stay in the moment and focus. And that's that day-to-day process that we do every day in practice. So when we get to practice, we focus on what we're doing and only on that. And that's basically how you battle it. It doesn't mean you conquer it, but you battle it.
Now that you've had a chance to look at the series, it starts tomorrow. What do you think is Ginebra's edge over Meralco?
Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
No, God. But what can you see as your advantage?
Actually, there isn't much. I think the teams are both really, well, we kind of mirror each other a little bit in the way we play. They're very patient. They were number 2, they're in the top 2 in the league in assists, and the two of us were, so we moved the ball well. We're both unselfish. We're both defensive oriented. Norman and I are the same age, although he's older by 1 month. Don't forget that. Yeah, he's my kuya. He's older than me, so I show my respect. He and I know each other really well, and we've been, through the wars against each other, and through 25, 26 years. So it's really hard to find an edge here or there. I think the edge is just going to come out as the series progresses and as it unfolds.
Have you coached against Coach Norman in the final series before?
Yeah, a couple times, I believe.
Okay. And how's that been?
Tough. Yeah, it's always tough. I honestly can't remember. I just read that I've been him twice in the final. I can't remember whether I was with Alaska and he was with San Miguel or whatever, or Talking Tex, or we both moved around, I guess, for a little bit now in the last 26, 27 years. But,
it's a long time.
Yeah, well, my first year coaching was the year he won the Grand Slam in San Miguel in 1989. So, he was the coach, and so everybody was always comparing everything to him, and so that was always, you know, my battle that I had to through the years, was to battle with Norman and kind of create my own space. But I have great respect for him. He's a great X and O coach, and he makes great adjustments in a series. And we played each other in many series, just I think only twice in the finals. But we played each other in the semis and in the quarters, and of course we played each other through the years.
Cliff Hodge, before Game 5, he was asked who he wanted to face in the finals, and he said Ginebra because he really wanted to play against the crowd. What can you say about that?
I mean, that's, you know, well, whenever people ask me who I want to play, and I really try to blank my mind. I don't want to know, because oftentimes you have to be careful what you wish for. And I remember one time when I was hoping this other team would win, and because I didn't want to play the other team, and then we played that team, and then they beat us really badly. So, you know, those kind of things, you know, I guess they call it billboard material. You know, he wants to play us, but I don't think it's just us necessarily. He wants to play against the big crowds, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You know, we used to, when I was with Alaska, I used to love playing with against Ginebra. And I was with Sam Ig, our best, you know, the Manila Classico. So I can truly understand why you would want to play us.
Thank you so much, Coach, and good luck in the finals. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sports IQ. Just want to ask you, what do you think of the coming series? Ginebra finally in the finals after a long time.
I think it's going to be a really good series, because Meralco, they're very athletic. They have an athletic lineup. They can provide a lot of problems for us. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. So
what do you think would be your edge?
For me, I just believe in our game plan and what the coaching staff wants us to do. So whatever Coach Tim wants us to do, we'll just follow.
Chris, we're Sports IQ, and just want to know, how does it feel to be part of the Meralco team? You play a big part for the first Meralco team that gets out of the finals.
It's a great feeling to be part of the first team from Meralco to make it to the PBA Finals, yet alone it being my rookie season. It makes it even that more special. Just to get to this point, I know there's a lot of people that have never even been to a finals game before in their career, and it's just a real blessing for me to be able to experience that during my rookie year. As far as Meralco, I know the company and the employees are really excited about us being able to represent them in this PBA Finals, and I'm just really excited to go out there and showcase what our team is capable of doing, and to kind of let everybody know that we belong there in the finals, and that hopefully we can put on a great show, and that it'll just be one well, we already made history, but it'll be one to kind of put us in a great position to kind of be there for many conferences to come.
Obviously, you're gonna go up against Ginebra.
Yeah.
What do you think of the series, with the crowd and all?
It's definitely going to be an exciting crowd. Of course, they're not going to be in our favor because a majority of the fans here in the Philippines are Ginebra fans. But at the same time, I feel like it's a great opportunity to kind of play that villain role. I know Kobe just retired, and that was one of the things that he mentioned throughout his career, is that he played the role of the villain a lot of times. So I kind of go into this series with that same mentality that it's okay to be the villain, and it's okay to embrace that role, that the odds are going to be against you, and I feel like that'll kind of bring out the competitive spirit a lot more, not just me, but my whole team.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
All right, thank you.